How is everybody? Can anybody hear me? There's 5 of you. How is everybody today? It's cold, man. That's my hands. I'm just doing my hands. Can you guys hear me? I'm trying to read in the comments here if you can hear me. Hey, Carla. Hey, Eve. Leslie, Samantha. How is everybody today? Good, bad, indifferent. Clyde, the bobtail. Hey, how are you? Carrie. Good, good, good. I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm using a different mic I was having. The other mic was being very temperamental. How you doing, Penelope? Gail, hello. Opus, how are you today? It's raining there. Man, did you guys see how bad it was hitting in Miami, apparently? It's beautiful here. It's absolutely gorgeous here. An amazing day. I have plans this afternoon. I got a bunch of bums just laying here as if they're just living free off of me. Bouncing Tigger, Pepper Moon. How you guys doing? Guys, I want to show you some stuff because some of you people have sent me stuff. Penelope, you like that name? What do you guys think about what's going on here with everybody involving themselves in the Whittakers? You know, we get a lot of shit for being content creators and exploiting, but I can tell you one thing, I wouldn't take my phone or my camera and put it in anybody's face like that and put that. That's exploiting. I think reporting on things is different. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Lady K, how you doing? I think it's nuts as well. Isn't it crazy? All these new characters to unlock, more or less. So, first of all, let me say good morning to everybody. And I hope everybody has a great day. I know you're in Florida somewhere, Lady K. Is it pouring there? Because I just got things showing me about Miami. And man, Miami got hit hard last night or something, right? With crazy. You know, the thing about it is it usually rains for like 20 minutes really bad and then it goes away. It used to happen at like 4 o'clock every day when I was growing up in the summer. 4 o'clock it'd get like crazy and then it's like it didn't even rain. It is. Everything's horrible with that family. Everything is horrible with that family. You have a storm? All right. Everything's a mess, right? So I wanted to show you some stuff because Lady K says it's rained off and on, nothing major yet. In Miami, I saw somebody posted something because, you know, I'm still connected to the date in Broward for nostalgic reasons. Hey, Maxine, how you doing from the UK? All right, so guys, let's I think that we could get started a little bit. So I wanted to there's a few things that you guys have sent me that I want to show you, and I know that some of you have seen it. Okay, so and there's things that I can't show you right now because I'm still trying to figure things out. Anyway, so let's go ahead and pop this up here. So this is our friend BJ. Now, this is the healthiest. Now, I'm not saying anything bad. She looks healthy here. It looks like she's taken pride in her appearance. It looks like she's got a little bit of makeup on. And she's talking to Brian Cody. Now, I just want to say something. I'm not going to speak poorly about Brian Cody. I don't know where he came from. A few people have sent me something about a different Brian, and I can't see the connection between that Brian and this Brian. I don't see the name. I was looking for a mugshot to see because there is a Brian who I can't see has any affiliation with this guy or that anybody has shown me that says that he's a criminal. So I just want to say that. I don't know. There is a discrepancy, I think, in where he says he lives and where he lives. So I don't know. But anyway, let's watch this. This is off his channel, Brian Cody, I think with a K, I want to say. And this is BJ. And you guys got to admit, she doesn't look near as strung out, right? In honesty, she doesn't, right? Okay, let's.
And I've been falsely accused. Hi, my name is Betty Rocha, but everybody knows me as BJ on social media. And I've been falsely accused of abusing some of my family members, which did not happen. I've never hit my dad. I've never hit my Aunt Betty. I've never hit Lorraine. I've never hit my Uncle Ray or my cousin Timmy. Yeah, there was an incident that happened, but I had hit him on accident because I was.
Okay, so the average person would say, I haven't hit anybody, but she does mention them by name, and that's okay. That's okay. And what she's saying is she hasn't hit anybody. Now, I think that Larry and Betty are right beside her. So again, and I heard Betty say in a video that nobody was hitting on anybody. So
trying to get the dog off of them. And our goal is to secure a new location for Betty and my dad and the other ones to come home to. And I will stay here.
So she's saying she's going to stay there and let her family come home. And the only time there was any kind of physicality was by accident when she went to get a dog off of Timmy. So the Curious Soul dive channel is working to a deep dive into David Garland cohorts. She does YouTube, but she is a creator. I know who she is. You think this is a hostage video? Is that what you think? Well, I think it is scripted. That doesn't necessarily mean that she's not saying the truth. Okay? She could be somebody that needed help with articulation, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Thank you very much. Are you going to talk about exposing Case? Are you using Case as with a capital C? No, I'm not going to talk about that. This isn't even on this channel. I've spoken about it. I put something up on it, and I'll send you your money back, okay? She said she doesn't want to be called a creator. Okay. That's fine. I'm not arguing with her. I don't have any problems with her. I'm not talking about her. We're talking about Betty here, and we're talking about Brian, and we're talking about, yes, this might be scripted. They might have told her what to say so that she can get her point across better. It could have been, I don't know what to say. Can you help me? Yeah, here's what, I'll help you. So, yeah, she could be, and she might have needed help with it, right? So.
But we just want our family back. Because it's not been the same since they've been gone. I wake up during the middle of the night thinking I hear my Uncle Ray hollering for me. Because he always come over and hollered at the camper to see if I was home or to see if I was asleep. But he would come over every morning and make sure we was there. And I miss hearing Lorraine say, Mommy, Mommy. And I miss hearing Timmy say, Lou, Lou. It just bothers me so bad.
Now, just because he said, or he might have said, let's just be, this is all opinion, but let's just say he said, listen, bring up memories because we want to pull on the heartstrings of people because we need help bringing them home. It still doesn't make it untrue. The memories still don't have to be untrue.
I was falsely accused for something I didn't do.
And that's a horrible feeling. That's a horrible feeling for being accused of something. She was somebody who used drugs. So was Eric Carroll, and so was Patrick. Are they abusive? Like, that's what we know about her. And she admitted to that. She really admitted to that when she was talking to Mark Leda. So I'm not saying she's admitted to everything, but if she didn't put hands on them, and I mean, it took them 3 times to get this restraining order, and only when they used the word abuse, so come on.
But we just want our family back together because it's not been the same.
I'm looking forward to see.
Now, wait a minute. Now, we saw it. Watch how somebody kind of pushes, not pushes, but kind of pokes Betty a little bit. Watch. On her left side. Watch.
The same.
See?
I'm looking forward to sisters. I want them to come back home. I can hardly sleep that night. I thought I was going to sleep, but I don't. I lay back in bed before I ever go to sleep. I just want them back home because I miss them. Every night Lorraine holler at me. I go in there and see what's wrong with her. And she want me to cover her with the blanket.
She's talking about, how her sister would need her sister's daily routines. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this is content that's on the internet, so I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the person that said something about not being able to post stuff online. Of course we can post stuff online. I'm not going to take somebody's full video and just run it through. I'm going to sit here and critique their video. So, and that's me reporting on something. So, and I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm not saying that any of this isn't true. She's talking about the daily routine of taking care of her family, right? And I want you guys to remember something that yeah, but even if it's coached, it still could be true. They might have a hard time articulating things. So I do believe that it's true that her sister would that they had their daily routines, and I'm sure she's worried about her sister getting her blanket at night. And I'm sure that Lorraine is concerned about how her sister is, because Lorraine is actually the oldest one that's living. We always seem to forget that.
And Timmy hollers at me sometimes too, come in there. I'll go in there and check on them, see they're all right. And they are. And I just miss them. I love them. I took care of them since I was 12 years old. People think I didn't, but I sure did. And I miss them. I want them to come back home.
That's exactly it. No matter what. Okay? No matter what. And yes, they do. And yes. Okay. So now BJ again, who again looks healthy, looks like she knows what she's talking about. You know, I don't know who or what she's talking about here, but let's listen.
My name is Betty Rocha. Right, because they're exploiting my family. I don't think it's right because they're exploiting my family. We invited you down here. We asked you to come here. You're not exploiting my family. You was invited. I also want to throw a thank you out to Creep Appalachia for being Team Whittaker.
Now, I believe that Creep Appalachia was on Lady K's live the other day, popped in or something, if I heard that correctly yesterday, because I was listening to Lady K. So he's a good guy, right? So, maybe that's something to consider, in a little bit of credibility. Maybe not. I'm not throwing anything at you, Lady K. I'm just saying that, when we work with somebody a little bit, we could see maybe who they are a little bit better than just somebody that we would watch online, how they talk to us behind the scenes. Is it still the way that they act on scene or, on camera? So anyway, let's go.
We very appreciate that.
That's awesome, because we like Creepalachia.
Yeah, and I read the post of my dad yesterday about where you had posted about them exploiting my family and stuff. And my daddy really liked that post too. Because we don't have internet down here where we're at. If you come here and you're asked to leave, and if you don't leave, state police will be called. That's what they informed us to do.
There you go. There you go. So, you know, they've talked to the state police apparently, and they have their rules, and there's nothing wrong with that. They should have been established a while ago. It's too bad it came to this for that to happen.
Y'all have a good night.
All right,
You have a good night,
You too, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome, Betty.
I mean, I don't think it's right because they're...
So,
Okay, so guys, I don't really know who again Brian is. I've seen him on scene, you know, I've seen his videos and such. And so he's going to talk a little bit. He seems to have a dark sense of humor. I can appreciate that, or maybe he's telling the truth. I'm going to assume that, you know, he's got a dark sense of humor. But let's check it out.
I wanted to come on here,
And just so you know, this is the guy whose videos we just saw.
I wanted to show you guys something this evening. I said I was going to show y'all something pretty cool. I'm back home, and you guys are like, yeah, well, he's 5 hours away, and he's got blah, blah. Well, let me show you something, guys. This is my backyard right here, and that right there, my friends, is what they call Flat Top Mountain. That is where Winter Place Ski Resort is, right there on the other side of that hill. Isn't it beautiful out here?
It is beautiful.
But anyway, the Whittakers live right down over the hill here. Just down that little path, and wiggle, wiggle, wobble, and, you know, over the river and through the woods to the Whittaker's house we go.
Hey, Rebecca. How you doing? Rebecca Mitchell, guys.
So, I hope that helps you guys a little bit. Not that it's going to, like, increase my credibility. Like, well, this guy, he just showed us some mountains, and now we know it's legit. But, you know, you guys were acting like I was in, like, Georgia or something, or South Carolina. I don't know. But anyway.
So I think he said Georgia, right? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So I think he said Georgia as a poke, as a little pokey at Eric. What do you guys think? You think so? You think that was a little pokey? Yeah, I know. We're gonna get to that video, Jason. We're gonna get to that video. Thanks, Rebecca. Hey, Kathleen, how you doing? Just me. Too much, Mom. All right.
Stay tuned. Stick around. We've learned a lot in the last couple of days. And I've got some things coming up tonight and tomorrow. And you guys are going to want to catch this. So be sure and subscribe, because I'm trying to get that money. Be sure.
So you see what I'm saying?
And hit that thumbs up, because I'm trying to get that money. Be sure and comment, because I'm trying to get that money. And you guys stay tuned, because I'm trying to get that money. You know what I mean?
So he says that he's trying to get that money. I don't know if he's trying to get that money or if he's not trying to get that money. I don't like that you have to pay to subscribe to somebody. He says he's in West Virginia. He says that. Only if it's not true. Only if it's not true is it funny. So I don't know, you know, I don't know. So I don't know. What are you trying to learn here? We're not done. We're showing you who's involved here, but we're not done. But if this isn't staying on with your schedule, you know, you can check it out later or not. It's up to you. All right. So here we go.
Bob. Bye-bye.
So sorry about that. So here's a text message. Now this is from Sunny. So Sunny was the woman who was supposed to go to she was supposed to go to the Whittakers this weekend. She was the one that wanted the $5,000, which, by the way, $5,000 or less, you don't need a 1099 for. You don't need anything for taxes or anything. Somebody just sent me that information. $5,001, you do. 5,000. Isn't that weird? So we learned that, unless you knew it. Anyway, so here, this is from Sunny, and this is very recent. So as you can see, the person now, Sunny is not in the blue. I don't know who's in the blue, but they wrote, "We need to have a chat." And Sunny says, "Yes." And let's go onward. The person says, hang on, because I think I have this like in a live little video here. Here we go. Well, where'd the other bit go? Hang on. Sorry, guys. I'm not as good at this as Miss Lady K. Hang on 1 second.
Bob, I'm trying to get.
Okay, so she says, we need to have a chat. The person that's sending this, and Sunny is how the name is pronounced, says yes. And that person says, "You do not know me because," go ahead, move forward. "You do not know me because I don't put things out on the internet because it's not a real place. I am just going to say this and you take it how you want. The Whittakers don't want you there and do not want to get in a vehicle with you. Just a heads up. Saturday, when and if you go there, you will be asked to leave. Thank you for your assistance in this matter and have a good day." Now, this is the person that got on and said that she had the lawyer, and first she needed $5,000, then it was the septic, and we're going to hear more from Sunny. We're going to hear more from her, but let's listen. So, oh, did you see that quickie though? Okay. So this is from Sunny. If you look above, let me just show you guys. If you look above, right up here, it says Sunny, and she just told somebody, that's a nice person, right? Somebody who's going to be all nice and caring. Be careful what you say, might get you into trouble. Go back, and that's not such. You can imagine that's a typo because even Word Correct doesn't like that. This is alleged, but it says Sunny up there, so I don't know, guys. All right, so this is Sunny Alexander, Miss Betty. So I'm sure some of you have seen this, some have not. So let me tell you a story. Like all of you, I've learned about the Whittaker family for years, watched everything I could. I was intrigued. Not so long ago, I joined a ton of various pages and groups related to the family. They just seemed to pop up daily. Suddenly, there was a page that stood out. I watched video after video, and I was hooked and tickled seeing Timmy in particular. I love watching his interaction between Timmy and both Eric and Patrick. I found them very trustworthy. Then things started to change. My feelings went back and forth. Who I left was more honest. Who I felt was more honest. First, I was with Eric, then Patrick, then Eric, and back to Patrick. This was all after Eric left. Then I contacted Patrick and told him I'd like to help, in particular, help Miss Betty. Originally, my goal was to just help get her a lawyer. Remember, I'm 4 hours away. I spent 2 days calling and finally found a lawyer to talk to us. Patrick had agreed to talk with Miss Betty and Larry about me taking them to the lawyer's office. It says talking to them to the lawyer's office. He said they agreed. I drove there with one of my sons. We left home around 8:30 and got there around 12:30. Patrick had given me his address. Hang on, I got it. All right. Patrick had given me his address, which I thought odd because I said we could sit on Miss Betty's porch and talk. Well, that's not odd if he doesn't want you going there. That's not odd at all. Protecting the family from you. You didn't meet him. My son and I went in. The house needs work done to it. There are no windows, a few doors, no real floors except in one room and curtains tacked to the windows. None of his house was finished. He lives in one room with a massive expensive TV on one wall. How do you know how expensive that TV is? They're not so expensive anymore. It might have been a massive TV, but who knows how much it was and how he got it. On one wall, a bed, nightstand, chair, and sofa. He has a small refrigerator and coffee pot. I'm telling you this to draw a picture to see from my eyes. It was tidy. We sat and spoke for a while. He was taking and making several calls while I was there, all on the speakerphone without details. 2 of the calls were alarming and quite sneaky. That's an opinion, but okay. We spoke about all kinds of things, how many children he has. I found it odd he couldn't recall offhand and then didn't know how many boys and how many girls. Just strange, I think. There was one point that he pointed to the trash can beside his bed. He said, "That needle, it's from my testosterone. I'm not shooting up. Best thing I ever did." I said, "Oh, I didn't notice," which honestly, I hadn't seen it. So I felt that was strange. Hang on. So we have to believe this if we're going to believe this. You know, it's kind of weird, isn't it? To just bring somebody in and they have that. But anyway, oh, I didn't notice, which honestly I hadn't seen it, so I felt it was strange. I was thinking he felt guilty. I asked about his leg and therapy. He said he doesn't have health insurance, so he can't go. But you're buying testosterone? It's another judgment there. There was a noise outside, and he said it was Larry with the dogs. When I opened the door, I saw a tiny a white-haired woman with a bunch of dogs walking down the street. I called to her, but she just waved me away. I hopped in my Jeep and followed her. I introduced myself. I told her that Patrick had said to come over. It was then Miss Betty told me that the state police told both she and Larry to stay away from Patrick until the investigation was over. Explained I was talking her to the lawyer and would she go with me? She said yes, but she needed to dress and bathe. I made her promise she'd be back at Patrick's by 2:30. I gave her a few small gifts, a jar of fig preserves, a few Halloween decorations, Dr. Pepper, and cheddar Pringles. At 2:17, I opened the door and they were in the street. I picked them up and off we went. It was during this time both Miss Betty and Larry restated that they're supposed to stay away from Patrick. Then why did you tell them to bring him back to Patrick's? I need to use my GPS for everything, but surprising, Larry knew exactly where to go. Why wouldn't he? He's from that area. It's kind of weird. So hang on a second. We'll get there. Okay. All the way back in Beckley. Okay. Then to Walmart and home again. Miss Betty was pointing directions too. I laughed and asked her about her driving skills. I had seen she used to drive a truck years ago. She then said she had never driven. She laughed with these sparkling blue eyes, and then I promised to teach her to drive my Jeep. She just met this woman. She laughed and it felt good. At the lawyers, they both seemed happy. The lawyer had a call with APS. He was told that the biggest reason for the family was taken was because Miss Betty dropped the restraining order against the protective order against BJ and failed to protect her family. That was the main reason. That's what she said. The other things would be brought up later. The lawyer flat out told Miss Betty and Larry that BJ was be removed from the property, that they had 2 choices, 1 BJ or 2 with the family. There were no other options. Keep in mind, Miss Betty had swore out a statement and made a video about it stating what BJ did. These things don't just go away. Okay, well, she's saying something different here. We talked about it on our ride. First to Walmart and then home. Miss Betty held my hand in Walmart. When Larry came out, he thanked me profusely. It felt really nice. Well, that's what happens. I mean, they're always thanking people. You got to give them that. Doesn't matter who comes by. You give them a soda, they're going to thank you. I hate to say it, but you could buy their change of mind with a soda. I'm not mad at them. You know, they have done without a lot of things in life. So, how you guys doing? Are you guys good in the chat? Because do you want me to continue reading this? All right, I guess you do. It felt really nice being with them. We had talked about it if they like recording. They don't, and I promised them that nothing would be done without their approval. I also promised I would do my best by them. I dropped them off at home. Miss Betty patted me on the hand and asked me to come see her again. I agreed and said I would when I had some information. Well, apparently you would if you got him a lawyer, right? I stopped at what happened to the $5,000 that they wanted. That's the first thing with the lawyer. So what was that about? I stopped back at Patrick. I'm asking guys in the comments. I mean, didn't she say the first time they needed the lawyer in order to get it, it'd be $5,000? Now there's no mention of that. I stopped back at Patrick's, explained what happened and about BJ. And I still want to know, I'm sorry guys, but like again, why do they take the victims out of the house and separate them and cause all this grief and leave the perpetrator in the house? It still doesn't make sense to me. I stopped back at Patrick's, explained what happened and about BJ. It was at that time I needed to use the restroom as I crossed over to the other room. This was purposeful. You could have went to the bathroom. You knew where you were going. So you should have went to the bathroom at the lawyer's office, at Walmart, any other place, stopped at a friggin' gas station on the way. So I haven't read this, so I'm not going to like this right away. Sorry. Common sense would tell you, if you have the slightest idea that you're going to pee, you don't want to pee there. So this was just, I stopped back at Patrick to explain what happened and about BJ. It was at that time I needed to use the restroom, the bathroom. The house wasn't done. As I crossed over to the other room, there was about a 4-inch gap of missing floor. You could see dirt and grass, no real flooring, wood, etc. It was spongy, and it was then I realized why so much plywood was needed. Patrick said Miss Betty needed between 4 to 6, but he needs 16 to 20 across from the bathroom. Very expensive washer and dryer, and in the kitchen area, an expensive refrigerator. Aren't ones supposed to be delivered to Miss Betty? This is accusations. But if you really feel it this way, you should go to the police, not online. Go to the police. It was at this time I knew exactly had to be done. Here's another one coming in. I'm going to save the day. Iron my cape. Please, can we get it from the dry cleaners? Can I have my cape, please? It was at this time I knew exactly what had to be done. I walked back out and said, so, again, I'm helping Miss Betty. I'm getting a lawyer. I'm doing whoever I can for the family. I'm going to set up a group for her. I'm going to change the world. This is all the same shit. I think it blows up in her face, too. Watch. Hang on. Okay. This isn't about you. Okay, so she says, I'm going to set up a group for her. This isn't about you, me, or Eric. It's about Miss Betty. He then looks at me and says, yeah, just you and me. Again, I let him know, no, Patrick, absolutely not. I don't want it associated with anyone. I could tell he was unhappy, but I figured, oh, well, they should have done this before. I drove home thinking about my mission. I started blocking people, building this group, getting off of groups. I made the decision that I was Team Miss Betty. I thought of a few things. Why are these other groups against me? I'm sorry. I thought we all wanted to help Miss Betty, so why'd you start blocking people that just were skeptical of you asking about money? They should be skeptical. What are the odds aren't in your favor, honey? And then it came to me. They're afraid that their money, well, is going to dry up. their money well. I mean, how much money were you asking for? Nobody should be giving up their money well. Each and every one of them is a money grubber. I wonder, are they proud of themselves? Do you think your parents would be proud? None of you have helped. You just wanted to line your pockets. Just remember who wins. Who's she talking about? Eric, Patrick? Is she talking about me? I'm not a money grabber. I don't have enough money to grab. Let's go on. All right. So hang on right there. All right. So let me see something. All right. So all right. So this is somebody who just had a legitimate concern. And then if you look, that thing that I just read you, that long-winded, that long-winded thing that I just read you, well, it's not there anymore. So I'm so glad somebody sent it to me. But here's what somebody, just wanted to write, and I think it's fair. This is okay. I don't understand why it's not okay to ask questions in a nice way. I just don't get that. It's at this point, anybody that is there trying to help the Whittakers, yeah, they're gonna fall under a scrutiny of accusations because of what's happened, but they should know that. So this person wrote, please don't kick me off the page for giving my opinion on this post. I think it's only fair that we can respond in a polite way to what you wrote. Remember, she told somebody to suck somebody's doo-doo. You say this page isn't about P and E. That's Patrick and Eric made for this post all about P, but made this post all about Patrick. Why bring up his massive television, his appliances, or the condition of his house unless you are insinuating something? He opened up his home and invited you in. He got you in to see Betty, yet you are dogging him. This is the way it is with each new person being brought into the mix. Everyone accusing the other, dogging the other, and telling us, believe me, because I'm telling the truth. Trust me, I'm not defending P in any way, but saying all this and not expecting a response just isn't right. It makes me feel like you immediately want people to hate him and believe what you are saying, even though you aren't even using your real name. I just find this unfair and done very poor in very poor taste, considering this page is supposed to be about Betty. I personally don't see how this is any different than what any other creator has done regarding the Whittakers. Are you talking about me, Tina? Let's see what else. Hang on. My shoulders are a little sore today, just to be honest with you, but that's all right. I don't think Lady K asked anybody to donate anything. Absolutely. She told people they should be careful with their money. That's what she told people. Absolutely. Okay, so Tabitha says, very well said. And Sunny says, there are always exceptions to every rule. What's different? I'm not making any money from them. Not one of them took Miss Betty to a lawyer. Not one was trying to move forward for the family. This is almost reminiscent of Eric. Not one person did this. Not one person did that. It's been almost a month since they were taken, and all these creators haven't done a thing. Nobody has. I've been on this less than a week. Miss Betty has seen a lawyer. I drove almost 4 hours to do that. I spent hours on the phone with police inspectors, APS, trying to help Miss Betty. They want me gone because they're frightened their money train is stopping. I'm not putting my face and name out there. Trust me or don't. Keep giving them, I don't know. Keep giving them money. I don't know. But anyway, let's see. Here we go. Keep giving them money to line. Okay, keep giving them money to line their pockets, but not help Miss Betty. Do you see these crazies? Don't call me names. Acting like fools over a few bucks. Hang on. Okay, I don't know what you want me to do about that. It's not my issue. All right. Let's see. Do you see these crazies acting like fools over a few bucks? They're mad because I'm actually helping, because I have the deed issue almost handled. Oh, here we go again. They could have put in the work. They could have put in the work. Well, Eric's got the deed and the permits. Go ask him. Excuse me. Sad. I love the comments about turning me into law enforcement. Please do. Call now. Want the number? They know me. That's what Eric said too. And not because I have a record. If there were people really helping the family, I'd be gone. No issue. But now 2 dumbass creators have just ruined a chance of reunification over what? A few bucks. I'm tired of you followers goo-gooing over someone and following them like puppy dogs without using common sense. Listen, I feel you there, lady. I feel you there, but I don't understand what makes you different than the other ones that these people you're accusing of goo-gooing over.
As far as
They're goo-gooing over you. So here's a conversation that Sonny is having with Patrick. That's right. Let's listen. You guys ready? How we doing? We okay? All right. Let's just listen. This is yeah. This is Sonny and Patrick. And this is from Amy Crumb's site.
what?
I don't know, just what people were saying on there.
Well, I don't know what anybody. As far as what?
I don't know, just what people were saying on there.
Well, I don't know what anybody's saying. So, I told you before, and I'll tell you again. This is about Miss Betty. This is about getting Miss Betty money. This is about.
Okay, so you guys can read this stuff later. This is the stuff that was talking about as far as the contradiction in saying about the 30 days. Remember when she said about the 30 days and this and that, and they had 30 days. So this is what's showing up here, guys. Just take screenshots and go back to reading it later if you'd like.
This has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with Eric. It has to do with Miss Betty.
Okay, good.
And I don't want you.
Does this guy sound upset about that? In all fairness to him, does he sound like he's pissed off or upset? Or he just said good.
Associated with it. I don't want Eric associated with it. I don't want any one of those content creators associated.
Nobody gets a say with this woman. So he is already he is the only person he could take control over. And he said good. He was totally in agreement to this. He was totally in agreement. I'm sorry. Totally in agreement. Totally in agreement to this. But that's not enough for her. Now she wants him to control everybody. And he doesn't he can barely control himself. Let's be honest. No offense, Patrick. I don't know you, but you can that's what it looks like.
With it, because every last one of them have posted lies.
Mm-hmm.
What did I lie about?
Huge lies.
Oh, I know.
Where's the biggest lie? What is the biggest one I lied about?
So I just don't want anything to do with anybody. I want this clean hands. Meaning, Miss Betty, that's it.
You know, the first thing I thought about is Lady K still in here. The first thing I thought about was the way Lady K ends her thing. That every time we pee, we should wash our hands. So, yeah.
You know, the attorney. I want to get an attorney hired.
Yeah.
There have not been truths told. That's the real thing. There have been lies.
Okay.
That inspector did not tell them they could not live there. That after the 30 days, their house is not to be condemned.
Now, she's the one I thought that told us about the 30 days. She's the one that came on here and said that. That's where we heard that from. That's what I thought. No, yes, maybe. Talk to me, guys.
That inspector did not tell them.
Said you have 30 days. That's what was said. You have 30 days to fix this problem or you can't stay here.
No, that's not true. What was said was, I need to see it in motion. I know you're not going to be able to get it done in 30 days, and you have to have
I ain't buying this. I'm sorry. Is anybody buying this? I want to know. Wait, you know what, guys? I just want to tell you something. Rob, that means the world to me because there's so much shit going on. But I have not found Lady K. I have not found flies and coleslaw. I have not found tragic to be people that told untruths. I haven't. And I have not the only question I ever had about Layla's toys was at the beginning when he was talking about that he wasn't monetized because of something. And I was like, that's not the reason you're not monetized. That was it. But I really think that there was just a misunderstanding and he didn't know something. And I always gave the benefit of the doubt to that. And I don't see anybody really posting lies per se. There are, but I don't want to talk about them. I think everybody is really trying to do the right thing, but I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't go there. Like, I agree with Lady K. Betty, you want to come over here? I'll give you a big ass hug, a big ass cup of coffee, and I will do my best to make you whatever you want. Otherwise, I'll take you there. But I don't want to go there and be involved in this in any way, shape, or form other than reporting on it. So, I got to be honest about that. But those people that do want to do it, could you do it honestly, please? Because these people deserve that.
I need to see it in motion. He sent me a list of the septic people. And you were telling people, Patrick, that no septic tank could go on there. That's not true.
You can't put a septic system in a flood zone.
You can put a septic system on that property.
Well, then they changed their tune then.
Well, I can understand if they can't put a septic system on a flood zone. That just makes fucking sense to me. Excuse me, especially because here's the thing. You could probably put it in the ground, but you can't put it in that ground. So here we go again. Here's a little gray area. And I'm not sticking up for Patrick. This is just an argument here. So I could see above ground septic. No, you shouldn't be able to put that in a flood zone, I wouldn't think. But a below ground, yeah. But if you can't go below ground because there's rock there and you just can't go below ground and the only option you have is above ground, you might not be able to put it there. And I was a real estate agent for about 5 years. I absolutely did not like it. But there's things like this that I learned. So, there could be a gray area here. So Bouncing Tigger says, you make sense, Toddy. Don't tell anybody, mate.
That's just all there is to it. I mean, I'm not going to sit and have a argument about something that was said.
It wasn't.
And the what?
That wasn't
the
true.
What?
That was not true. So
okay.
I don't.
This guy doesn't even sound like he's somebody that likes confrontation, to be honest with you. He's not somebody that seems to really like to argue. He said what he said. I mean, and she's powering it. That's just not true. That's just not true, she's saying.
I'm not trying to be mean to you. I have no.
Just by saying you're not trying to be mean to somebody and still being mean to somebody doesn't mean you're being any less mean to somebody.
No fight in yours and Eric's, no dog in your fight, or however it's said. I don't want anything to do with any of that. This is not about you. It's not about me. It's not about Eric. It's not about anybody else.
That's good. It shouldn't be about me.
Well.
And again, he's taking on just him. He's not talking about other people. So
it should be about Betty. If that's what it is, it's what it needs to be about, correct?
It needs to be about the Whittaker.
So you see what I'm saying? Like, even when he says it's about Betty, and she's got a little Facebook thing that says Miss Betty, doesn't say shit about the Whittakers. And at the beginning, she said for Miss Betty, right? So he says, well, if it's about Betty, right? Nope. This is the controlling shit that somebody's got going on. No, it's about the Whittakers. So this, you know what I'm saying? Like, even her tone now is very ownership. Like, am I wrong? Seriously.
And that's what I've said, and I have.
Just listen, please.
And
It wasn't.
the what?
That wasn't
The
true.
what?
That was not true. So
Okay.
I don't want any. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I have no fight in yours and Eric's, no dog in your fight, or however it's said. I don't want anything to do with any of that. This is not about you. It's not about me. It's not about Eric. It's not about anybody else.
That's good. It shouldn't be about me.
Well,
It should be about Betty. If that's what it is, it's what it needs to be about, correct?
It needs to be about the Whittakers, and that's what I've said, and I have told them,
Okay.
I do not want your name or Eric's name mentioned in the group. I don't want.
So, what do you want him to do about that? Here's what she wants. She wants to do what she wants to do, and she doesn't want anybody to have a say about it, but she's going to ask a shitload of people for money.
Wanted. Nothing.
That's fine.
So
That's fine.
I'm not trying to be mean about it. I'm trying to.
She keeps saying, I'm not trying to be mean about it, but do you remember the things she wrote about his house? Do you remember that? Remember the things she wrote about his house?
Protect Miss Betty so that I can get help for her.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
So I'm not touching any money. I spoke with the state police. He explained to me what I need to do. That's what.
You know what? I don't believe that either. I don't believe that the state police gave her any advice because they're not law. They can't give you advice. They'll even tell you when you're arrested, I can't give you any advice. That's, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I don't believe that. They don't want to be held accountable for anything. I don't believe that. How many people believe that?
I'm going to do. So,
Exactly what you need to do.
so no disrespect to you, no disrespect to Eric.
She says that a million
that's just-
times. And she says that because you know why? She doesn't want the hate. She doesn't want the trolls. So she's trying to keep them a bit at bay from her words, but not her actions.
how it is.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
All right.
He never argued with her one time. He agreed with her the whole time. Okay, so now this, how you guys doing? Let's take a second. I just want to, because I have the screen really close to me and I can't always see stuff. So how's everybody doing here? It looks like I'm pretty good with the chat here. Let's see. What did you say, my friend? According to Google, it said can't be installed in a flood zone in West Virginia. So there you go. That says there you go. I mean, hello, let's do it. I need to get something like Lady K, that thing when somebody gets something right, or I could do a little dance if you want. Jazz hands, jazz hands. So I think that there you go. I think that there you go. Whoever this lady is, she should. Well, I'm not sure that, I don't think she has anything to do with anything anymore. I don't know, but I don't know. Here's the thing. You can check the laws. Where I live in New York State, you can make a recording. Excuse me. You can make a recording as long as one person who is part of that group knows that they're being recorded, and it could very well be the person that's recording. You can't leave a recording device in a room and just leave it in there. So you have to check the laws of the state that you're in if you can have a recording like that or not. What do you say? What's not true? I don't buy that any of these people. I don't buy it either. Someone, I don't buy it either, my friend. I don't buy it either. That state wants them to have clean water, clean house, so I can be out house. Period. Right? Right? Exactly. Carrie, just can you tell us what's not true? Because I don't know. They need a court appointed. Yeah, they do need. I I don't buy it. Then any of these people contacted. I saw that peppermint. So where's all the money that I don't know? I don't know. That's really great. Thank you for that. That is awesome. Thank you for from the community. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys. So you want to go onward? I just wanted to make sure everybody was cool. Everybody good? All right. So let's go onward. See what we got. So this is where they accuse Patrick of having some sort of camera in the house. My problem with that, just so you know, is that they've claimed that they have no Wi-Fi in the house, so they wouldn't be able to get a reading. If there's no Wi-Fi, they're not going to be able to see what's going on. The camera makes no sense unless they go there, get the camera, get all of the get the card off the camera. They have to go into the house to get the card off the camera, right? So let's just listen.
Don't worry about that. I'm working about. Don't worry about that.
We're gonna go to court and everything.
You ain't gonna go to court.
Okay, so this is again, this is from Amy Crum, and they're accusing Patrick of camera.
And we're gonna fight till the end to get them back.
Yeah, I am.
And you can hear Betty. That's Betty and BJ talking.
I miss them.
Well, I miss them too.
We all do.
People say here's that because they came on their own business. They been somebody else's.
Yeah, people that don't even live around here think they know what your court date is.
I know.
You had court yesterday. Did you know that?
No.
That's what this Amy Crown put out there. You had court yesterday.
I did.
Okay, so now they're talking about Amy Crum, and that this is funny. I'm sorry. And Amy's putting it out, so I don't know.
Court yesterday. Whoever put that out there is wrong.
I know. We know when the court date is, but we ain't gonna let nobody know.
I know. That guy, he knows. He knows on how he knows that, but he does.
Because we don't need every damn Tom, Dick, and Harry at the courthouse when we go to court.
Well,
That's fair. I got to tell you, that's fair. They don't need that.
he Patrick knows.
How'd he find out?
They clearly know.
How you find out everything?
How he found out everything goes on down here then.
Okay, so, you know, I just want to say that they don't seem like they're very loyal to anybody other than family. You know what I mean? Or honestly, they have now had a change of heart with Patrick because they didn't. I mean, supposedly now Patrick's not allowed to talk to them, right? So I don't know. I think this is true, but it's like I don't understand. You know, unless this is where their anger is going now, is towards Patrick. I don't know what warrants this. I'm not saying it's unwarranted. I just don't see what caused all of a sudden the shift. Because remember, they've done this pretty much to everybody that's come by. They even tried to do it to Mark, if you remember that. So I don't know. Let's just listen. I'll shut up.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I think they got a camera or something hid in there.
I told you they had a camera somewhere about where we're at. Everybody told me they got a camera hid in the house.
I really honestly do think it because he knows everything that goes on here. Shit that even happens in the house.
Patrick can tell you what happened in the house, everything. I think he wouldn't put one in there.
Wow. Isn't that something? So, that's something. Let's
You know,
see.
Them earthquake caller's gone.
You know that thing just fly ran over?
That drone?
That drone? You get everything?
So they're talking about the drone, right? I don't know who recorded it. I don't know that BJ is as high as a kite. I don't know who recorded the video. I mean the audio. I don't know. I think it was originally sent from Brian Cody's channel, because if you see that, it said reposted by Brian Cody, but I got this from Amy's channel, Amy Crum. Yeah. And yeah, there's something that comes up with Amy where she was going down there and they told her she can't go. So hang on.
In the house right there.
So here's that one. All right, I do want to read this. But there is also a video or an audio of, to be honest, wait, I'm trying to read stuff. Hang on. I'm trying to do better with this. That's called invasion of privacy. If it were me, I'd be calling. Absolutely, but they have to have proof, yeah? They did know that that drone was there because they waved to the drone. But again, if there's a camera in the house, how do they know? Because the camera has to be recording because they don't have Wi-Fi there. So maybe that was meant to be said. She doesn't sound high, to be honest. She doesn't, right? I mean, I don't think she sounds high. This whole family sounds very desperate right now. This is strange they taped this. Unless this is something that was staged. I mean, some things could be staged. You can tell by her glassy eyes, but do you think the kids will have a chance of coming home with BJ being there? They're not kids. And she said that she was going to leave anyway. Paul, she said she was going to leave. Pendor, yes, if sewage is running into the creek, it becomes an environmental issue, of course. Of course. Is that legal? Again, I mean, I think that recording somebody knew about. I think there was somebody there, I think, that knew about that, because that's a recording where you can clearly hear people. So it doesn't even sound like it's on the phone. It sounds like it's on a person. They just aren't putting the audio there. The video there, my bad. Imagine not being able to have a private conversation in your own home. Well, isn't that the way people are thinking now, D, sometimes? Please don't call them the kids. I agree with you, Pendar. I agree with you. It takes away from them. I was wondering why a banner came up sometimes with the words movement camera. Oh, my thing, because I have cameras in my home, and if the dogs move, I have cameras in the home and a waggle. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's just to make sure that the temperature and everything in the home is good, so that when I'm away from the home, I know that my dogs are taken care of. They come first, guys. You thought I was joking? I call them kids. Tanya, welcome. Brian went to the family and made the videos. He did. He sure did. Is what not proof, Jen? His drone worked. There is Wi-Fi somewhere. Yeah, but he lives 2 houses down. So why does that have to work? We don't know if he saw that stuff in real time. Do we? Do we know if he saw that stuff in real time, or we're assuming? Okay, I'm just trying to catch up with you guys real quick. I agree. Absolutely. I agree. But if somebody has a device on them and they are in the home and it's a one consent state, which New York is, if you come in with the device and it is on you and you know you're being recorded, you are the one person. You're the one consent. You cannot leave the device there and walk away. It has to be on you at all times. If you walk away for even a moment, you can't leave the device. So it should be on you so that when you walk away, it's on you. It definitely does. I hope that I hope, I don't know. I don't know. A waggle, yeah, it's just a device that tells you the temperature of what's going on, if there's any alarms going off in the home, if there's anything that I need to know with my kids being in here. A lot of people that have van life put them on the van, and then they also have a sticker on the van window that lets people know, even though my dog's in here, I have something in here that's monitoring temperature and everything with the dog. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you, Kathleen. You're always got my back. Also, Toddy, I think there is an app that can be downloaded on your phone to detect a camera in the house. Yes, yes, yes. But let me give you an example. So, when you lose Wi-Fi, it doesn't matter. Like, you could still record with, if you have an SD in your camera, and then maybe you could go back, right? And get it later, but you can't get real time if you do not have Wi-Fi. That's just the truth. Tell me where you can do that, because I've not seen anything that can do that. Why are they letting others speak for the Whittakers? The Whittakers are letting them do that. The recording, not proof that they were unaware that they were being recorded, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I mean, he could have been having this conversation with them and just his phone being right there. We don't know. It doesn't matter. What matters basically is that they're saying, um, do they think that that is really true? They are not even loyal to each other. We don't know that. Okay, you saw of Betty different times telling Pat. I don't think that. See, I see that differently, True Rebel. I see a woman that was being talked into something. I see a woman that was being talked into something at that time. All right, so let's read this. And hang on, I gotta find my, because I gotta bring it up, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta bring it up to read it. Yeah, I have 3 cameras. Do you think it's for anything in the house? Anything in the house I can replace except the dogs, so yeah, yeah. And as you guys see, it's a camper, right? We're gonna be heading south. But all right, so let's do this. Let's read this. Hang on, let's just read this. This is from Amy, and I don't know Amy, just so you guys know, like, I don't know who Amy is. Let me pull this back a little bit. Well, that's my volume. Hold on. Let me pull this back a minute. Okay, so I want to stop this. Okay, wait a minute. Where'd we go? Okay, wait a minute. Damn it. Okay, hang on. That's my bad, guys. Read this. Shit. Woo! Wow, this is Sunny Girls. This is Sunny Girl lies so much she said I don't know. Oh, this was when she was talking, that thing that we just read. Okay, so this is what we just read. I'm sorry. I don't know why I needed to see this, except what she was saying about that person. Okay, so this, the police was called on her. Okay, this is Amy putting this up. The police was called on her. So let's just listen. And I believe Amy's saying this is because she was asking questions that she wasn't allowed there. I don't know. I think that's it. Yeah. But let's listen.
Advise him that the female is en route there. So I've got a civil matter at Denard. Got a female calling in from Missouri that says she's related to the Whittakers, right? She says that there is a content creator, an Amy Crum, on Facebook from Kentucky that's posted online that she's coming to the Whittakers residence to help them clean. They're advising they don't want her there. And complainant is advising that she cannot get a hold of Larry to advise him that the female is en route there.
All right, so this is remember Patrick started a fan club and I joined it, not to be a fan, but to get information, because I want information about the Whittakers. I've joined Brian's group. I want information about the Whittakers. If they really care about the Whittakers, I really care about the Whittakers. You know, I really care about the Whittakers. I've been following them for almost 2 years. You could check me out on the other channel. I'm serious, you know. But so when I join something, it's not necessarily because I believe in what they're doing. I just want information. So here's what Julie Schimmel Williams says. And hello, fans. I wanted to just come on and say thank you to all the supporters. I recently started moderating this page with others, and I was a little nervous about all the hate I may encounter. To my surprise, while I've seen some hate and negative things, the majority of the things I've seen are positive. Most people really do care about what's important. I actually enjoy coming on and seeing what people have to say. It's nice learning about where you all are from and learning little things or stories about your life. I know that Moose triggers a lot of interest. He is absolutely adorable. That's the dog. Okay, because there was a pit bull. That's the dog. Some people shared pictures of their own best friend, which made me think maybe we should all share our fur babies in a comment. Please post the silliest picture you have or one that means a lot to you. I love them too much to do that. I'm not going to do that. That stays in my shit. All right, so let me get out of here. Get out of here. All right, so that's that. And I just wanted to add this. So this is what somebody sent me, and it just says what I said at the beginning, that the reason why this person felt that there was $5,000 being asked for was because you don't have to report that for taxes. You see, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do a 1099 or anything. So $5,000 is pretty convenient to ask for, which kudos, because I agree. So that's all the information I have. Let's check out what you guys have had to say for a minute. Okay, yeah. So and also, is what live? Jen, is what live? I don't think a Wi-Fi extender would work from that far. It's quite a distance. Okay, I don't know. And Betty told the second guy Mark had all their money, remember it? And that there was nothing. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So I think that she just doesn't, maybe she doesn't understand, maybe she doesn't like conflict. You know, I don't know. I know one thing, she didn't deserve to lose her family. Well, but they don't, I don't, I just don't see it happening out there. I just don't see it happening out there. So I found the family through Toddy. Thank you. It's well within walking distance. Patrick's out. Yes. So I think it's 2 houses down, but not 2 houses down like neighbor houses. He spoke to them through the drone. I don't know if he spoke to them through the drone, or I know that they heard the drone and would wave to it. I have followed the Whittakers from the start. My heart aches. I agree. I don't know about a police report from Maxine. I just started watching you. So thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Not just a message. It's very confusing. Even as little as giving Timmy the phone could have had. Absolutely, that's true. That's absolutely true, but not now. Not now, right? And they're talking about now with the court date. So please remember, and I agree 1,000,000%. I totally agree. How you doing, Maggie? Margie, I'm sorry. Hi, Margie. Welcome. Thank you, Casey. I appreciate you. Right, it would be time stamped. It doesn't give me the option to post my fur babies on here. I would, but I have a lot of. Yeah, no, that was what they were doing on that Facebook page. So many people always around and bothering the Whittakers. Is there a time when they are not being bothered. I don't know. I think so. Yeah. Mm, let me see what you're talking about. I don't. Hang on one second. Damn. Hang on one second. There's somewhere I didn't. Okay, so yeah, I did. I need to talk to you a little bit about that. So I sent you something that had somebody's name on it, just me. Do you see there's a name that matches something on that? Did you not see that? So that's I'm apprehensive about that, and I don't see where the address matches. So that's the only thing that I have a problem with. That's why I didn't bring that up. And also check out the last name of the person that it was shipped to or shipped from. It matches another name. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to be rude. I just wanted to tell her what was going on instead of having to write it. If you can get cell phone service, yeah, but they didn't have cell phone service there. They had the cell phone service in the in that Airbnb. I don't think that they had cell phone service there. You talking about that's not true. I little bit of Lisa, I like that. I don't think I didn't get when I can't get camera, you need Wi-Fi for the camera. You need internet connection for the camera at my house. I'm sorry, and the Ring camera too. You have to have a connection because you set it up. So if there's something else I don't know about it, oh, on Facebook, I don't get on Facebook. Well, I read you everything that I could on Facebook, my friend. Technology is amazing. Yeah, you should see me with printers, man. It's crazy. Supposedly he could call not. Okay, so that's different. You could call 911 from one of those old-fashioned flip phones. I think that there is something different about 911. So I just want to say that. Thank you, Vanetta. I appreciate that. Uh, they are down in a holler. There is no cell service. I know. I mean, that's what they've said. So I'm just going by that. You know, all of the videos that Eric did, they weren't live. He would go and then put them up online. He didn't do he could take the video there, but he couldn't go ahead and share the video to the world there. Being the Whittakers and having all this going on every day, I guess not me. It absolutely those people that would go by and just stop by, like no lie, they had a Google pin. That's what we saw. I did a video where two people just came up and didn't even want to leave the home. I put that up here not even that long ago until they could peek in the home and see Ray. Did you guys not see that? And they said, "Oh, well, there's you guys have a Google pin. Did you know that you just because you can get somebody's address doesn't mean you're just welcome to drive on by." And even though they're sitting outside on their porch, they are on their fucking porch. I don't think that you just go up to people unannounced. That would piss me off. I wouldn't answer the door for you. I wouldn't. I don't do that. And not to my best friend. It used to be, but Facebook is changing. People are making money on Facebook now. I don't have much to do on Facebook. I've spent more time on Facebook just getting on these people's sites and seeing stuff And they should have a landline. Yeah, but he was calling from the Airbnb, right? And they have a landline. Remember? Betty had to be on that landline when Eric was there. When Eric was there and we did a video and I said, I think that's BJ calling. Remember? I said, I think that's BJ calling. Remember? So I think that they could get like the maybe 2 bars or something, but they're not enough to do anything with it. That's what I think. What do you think? Because he did call 911 from his own phone, or he called the police or whatever from his own phone. Yes, Eric did. But it doesn't mean that you can get it, that you have internet. Clearly, I mean, I have been soundly in the belief that Betty should have her family returned to her in that little holler. If it's true, that's private. Maybe. I agree, man. I agree. Let these people alone. All I want is for them to get back together. I would love to see them all walking in the same direction of a new home for them, or a clean home and safe home for them. And then I would be happy if we never heard from them again. That's my personal thing. If I knew that they were all together, I would be I would be happy. My friends live in New York and I'm in India. There are cameras here to watch deer and see in New York. Not sure how it works, but it does. Yeah, because they're probably getting some sort of signal on that. And if it's in their home, they could be getting Wi-Fi. You can get your neighbors shit if you wanted to. If they give you the information, you can use your neighbors. I believe it. I believe it. All right, Kathy, that's cool. Anyway, that's what I got now. Of course, this is fluid. It's going to change. That's what's going to happen. It's definitely going to change. But, if stopped in our homes, right? Is that crazy? And those people got mad at me because I called them out on it. Remember? Oy vey. Oy vey. They have landline and a portable phone that BJ would take in the trail. There we go. Thank you for that information. I really do appreciate it. Supposedly Erica right to me a phone because BJ would take the landline and lock it in the camper so they didn't have access to it. Well, there's 2 phones apparently, and there probably is because I don't know. We only think that BJ called that time when I think it was BJ, but it could have been her cell phone. Do you remember security guards? Yes, I do. I do remember that. And they needed security guards from them, didn't they? Isn't that horrible? They needed security guards from them. Okay, satellite. That's okay. You could get satellite. It's really expensive. A lot of YouTubers that like Will Survives, Will Survives, the guy, he has one of those satellite, I forget what they're called. And you have to put it up in the tree. I thought I was going to have to do with here, and I might if I go to remote places, but I was able to get what I needed here, of course, because I'm in like a whatchamacallit, a little area, trailer area. I tell people, do not come over unless you call first. Exactly. Of course. Like our private time is our private time, right? The drone was security, in my humble opinion. I think so too. I think so too. Starlink, that's what it was. Yep, that's what I was talking about. I never saw any security guards. They didn't have it. End of. Starlink, yes, Starlink. We live on a main road in Indiana. We bought a fixer-upper. You wouldn't believe the people that stopped to compliment us on the work we did. They were very polite, but it could be invasive at times, of course. And today it's different than it used to be, where people, they moved in, right? people moved in and they bring you a cake and say, welcome to the neighborhood. Now it's like they bring you a cake, you want to run. What's inside the cake? Tick, tick, tick. You never know. I'm joking with you. The world has changed, though. The world has changed. It's a little scary. But you shouldn't be hermits. Don't be hermits. Don't let the world just pass you guys by. Don't do that. Guys, hey Edie. The security was on Patrick's friends in the military. I think it was the friend that was a cop. Well, nothing happened. They needed security from the people inside. It was an inside job, unfortunately, right? Guys, that's what I have for you. Now I do have some stuff that I do need to take care of today. I am starting another channel. The other channel is a lot more serious. We're going to dive into some topics of today. And yeah. I have the first video edited and I just have put it through to the person that I did the video with to just check it out. And I think that the new channel is going to be called The Argument with Toddy One Skip. And I'll have somebody on each time that we talk. And I've talked to Rebecca Michelo, if she's still in here, about what's wrong with our system when it comes to protecting children. So Rebecca seemed interested in that. I'm interested in doing that. I'll let you guys know when we do that. Cell phones are very important right now. I think, especially for children to have them, and also, they could track you. And I think that that's important too, especially in today's day and age. And people like to live in pajamas and stuff. Is it political? Unfortunately, it's going to touch a little bit on politics because that is just such a huge thing about the world. It's also going to talk a little bit about some controversial things and conspiracy theories and such. So yeah. I mean, it's called The Argument. So, and I hope that you guys will like it. And if you don't like it, that's okay, because that's just one channel. I have 2 other channels that I hope you guys really like. All right, guys, I thank you so much. And as always, I appreciate the time that you share with me, because time is something we don't get back. So once it's spent, hopefully you look back on it and say it was worth it. Yeah. And that's all I want to do for you guys. So I thank you so much. I thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all of you. I really do. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great Friday. And if I don't go live before next week, have a great weekend, guys. I really do appreciate you more than you know. Thank you.